Well, how about it, y'all? This is Daniel Nicholson with Nicholson Farms, and welcome back to another video. I want to go ahead and apologize. We missed another posting. That's 2 weeks in a row I've missed a video. We normally post on Tuesday and Thursday, but we have had a lot going on off camera. A lot of big things are coming for our family, for the farm as well. So we're going to be explaining that in a couple videos over the next month or so. So hang tight into that and you'll understand why. Some exciting things ahead for us. But on top of that, daylight just changed. We have daylight savings now where it's getting dark about 6 o'clock. So we only got about 2 hours to take care of everything in the afternoon. It takes an hour long just to do the chores. So haven't really had any time for projects. Before I cut the camera on, I went ahead and took care of some chores this afternoon so we can actually try to attempt to do a project. I fed the rabbits. I actually put the females in with the bucks for a little while. I'm having trouble breeding some rabbits right now. I think my ladies are too fat and they're not conceiving. So we're trying it again. Got these guys all fed up. These are 2 Kiko bucks and then our Kiko cross, a little buckling that we're holding on to. Got them fed. They're going to be going in with the ladies in just a couple days. I think about 5 days it's going to be the start of breeding season. Today is Wednesday, so next Monday they're going to be going in. I've got these 3 guys right here separated off, these 3 little bucks. We went ahead and banded the other day. They just wasn't growing out like I wanted to. They got a little wormy on me, so we went ahead and banded them. They're going to be joining the herd full of doelings and buckling or steer goats in just a few days. I wanted to let that band work a little more. I'd hate to get them up there and something happens, they still be able to breed. I don't know how long it takes for their little raisins to dry up. So we're gonna get it a couple more days and make sure that's good to go. But since I've got everybody down here taken care of, we're gonna head up front, check out the goats, all the does and the steer goats, make sure they're good, make sure they have water. They should all be fine. Check on the pigs, they should be fine. We're gonna be working in the garden in a little while. We're gonna try to get our winter crop put in. So we need the tractor. So first I want to take a bale of hay to the horses and the doelings. We're going to roll out some hay for them and see how much we can get done this afternoon. And we'll explain the cover crops in the garden here in just a little while as soon as we get the chores done. So something that we're going to be doing different this year as far as feeding hay is we did all round bales this year. We didn't do any square bales. It's just pretty much easier to get it out in the field. Our hay field is about an hour and 45 minutes away from us at my granddad's old farm. That's where all the hay equipment is, so that's where we do all our baling. And it's just easier for time-wise of us going down there to do round bales, get them in the field, get them out of the field and into the barn quick as possible. It just saves a lot of time. But with using the round bales this year, I still want to use some of the principles we did last year with the square bales. If you missed it last year, what we did with our square bales is when we fed them, we spreaded them all out on the ground. We didn't use any bale feeders. We don't plan on using any bale feeders for the round bales, and we don't plan on just sitting it and letting the animals consume that. Whenever you put a bale out for goats, goats are terrible about jumping up on here, pooping and peeing, and whenever they do that, they're not going to eat it. So if we're going to waste hay with these goats, I'd rather spread it on the ground where we're actually putting something back into the soil, using the nutrition from this bale. If the goats don't eat it, if the horses don't eat it, if the cow doesn't eat it, it's going back into the ground. The microbes can consume it. It's going to better our pasture over time, putting more organic material on the surface of our ground. So that's what we're going to be doing. Let me go ahead and cut the string off of this bale. We're going to go out. I'm just picking pretty much poor spots in the pasture, and that's where we're going to unroll this hay. We're going to unroll a little bit. We'll pick the bale up, bring it back out, and we'll do that for the next couple days. And actually, I purchased the metal already. I just have to find some time to get around a good welder, and we're going to be building us our own bale unroller. I've got all the metal, everything we need. Like I said, I've got to find some time to get around a welder. So let's get the string off. We'll just set it on the ground, unroll it by hand. We're going to put out probably maybe 30, 40 foot. River, stop hitting the camera. Roll out about 30, 40 foot, and then we'll pick the bale up and bring it on back out. Well, we got some hay out for the doelings. They're good to go, and the steer goats, the horses, everybody's good to go. All our mature does are in this pasture right here. There's still a good bit of fescue in there that has had a good bit of rest, so we're gonna let them munch on that. Walking up to the pig pen, we've got several little doelings in the pig pen again. I put up an extra wire the other day to try to keep these goats out of there. They're going in there and eating the pig food is what they're doing. It didn't work apparently, but I've got one goat that's done the same exact thing 2 days in a row. Let me go show you what I'm talking about. So this is 2 days in a row that this same goat has gotten wrapped up in this Premier One fence. It was stretching all the way across here. It's not like it was just sitting on the ground. So let me see if I can get him out of this mess. This is why I can't get anything done in the afternoons. It's something like this every day. Wow. Things like that is why I can't get anything accomplished in the afternoons. And the daylight savings isn't helping, so maybe he'll learn his lesson. I actually put the fence on the inside of the pig pen, so maybe he won't mess with it. This is where he got stuck yesterday. But up here at the pigs, I just want to double check everybody looks good. They've got water. They've got water. They've got food. They're actually going to be moving into all of this mess tomorrow. We're going to be setting up this Premier One netting. If I get a chance, I will make a video on that. But this group looks good. Go check on the big pigs. Make sure the other group of does have water. That's it for the chores, and we'll get into the garden. Big pigs are looking good. They've got water. Their food's full over there. So now, check the water for the goats. So a couple videos ago, we spread some oats and radishes in our pastures. Pretty much all you see up there around those trees is oats and radishes, a little bit of ryegrass. Out here in the pasture though, we've got some radishes coming up in several different spots. See a little bit of oats, not a ton. Some of the seed was a little older, but ryegrass is coming in, and also our fescue is starting to grow a little more. It'll continue to grow out throughout the fall. So happy to see that. These radishes are gonna help out a ton, especially in like these areas that you can see there's real compacted ground. Those radishes are gonna kind of open up that soil for us, and hopefully we can get the soil a little more porous, be able to hold a little more water and air to grow out some better stuff. Here's a good little spot. Got some oats, got radishes. I think this is where I cut the spreader off and a bunch of it spilled. So this is all that's left of our spring and summer garden, where we had corn, peppers, okra, green beans, tomatoes, all kind of stuff. But this is all that's left. We got a couple radishes down at the end, and we got some sweet potatoes that we saved from the frost, but we got a good frost about 2 weeks ago. and everything is dead now. We left the okra standing so we could pick off some of these pods and save some seed. Also left our green beans standing so we can save some of those seeds. And we got to get the rest of our tomato cages out here. My dad's been kind of picking away on it in the afternoons, but we're going to get all this tilled up and get our cover crop put in. So I've been wanting to get this cover crop in for about 2, 3, 4 weeks, really. Just time's been an issue on everything, but we're hopefully going to get it in today. We have a hurricane coming through, supposed to come get here tomorrow afternoon. We're supposed to get a good amount of rain out of it, so we want to get these seeds in the ground tonight or tomorrow morning. We'll just have to see how much we get done this afternoon. But we're using a winter pea in our garden this year. It's going to do several things for us. One thing it's going to do is keep a living root in the soil, and it's going to cover our soil to suppress some weeds is the goal of that. It's also a legume, so it's nitrogen fixing. It's going to put nitrogen into our soil that hopefully our spring and summer garden can utilize next year. And we're planning on doing some no-till stuff next year in the garden, so hopefully we can get all this ground covered with these winter peas, and somehow or another we can terminate it and just plant right through the leaves and the vines of the winter pea. And like I said, hopefully we don't have to do any tilling. We can suppress weeds, and we're going to get some nitrogen out of it. But it's already starting to get a little late, and we've got a lot of work to do. I've got to pick these beans, pick some more okra, pull all my bean poles out, pull my tomato poles out. So this was supposed to be a cover crop garden video, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We spent a lot of time with the animals, had a couple issues this afternoon with the animals I had to address, but we're going to do this. It's probably the last time I'll be working in the garden this year with my dad, so I might get a couple clips at the end of the video here, but we're about to get to work and just kind of enjoy the afternoon working together in the garden, and get our winter crop in. So if I don't talk to you again, I really appreciate you hanging out with us. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, leave us a comment, and we'll see you all on the next one.